Spiritual warriors, what's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Amanda, and this is the Connected Conduit, where I just open up, tippy tap in, and bring through messages to you, for you from Spirit. And if you are returning, thanks for coming on back. It's great to reconnect with you guys. So I was compelled to share my apophyllite with you. Share your what? My apophyllite with you. Spirit was guiding me to do it, okay? I've had this chunk of apophyllite for a while, but it hasn't been in any of my videos. And I just want to hold it up and you guys can look at it, you can soak it in, accept the beautiful healing energy off of the apophyllite right now. You can open up to receive with your intention. And you can take a screenshot if you want, and you can meditate with it or on the picture. But apophyllite connects us with our higher self and with the angelic realm and the divine and beautiful divine beings, even the ascended masters. So it's really great for spiritual development. If you are along a specific point in your journey where you're wanting to connect to higher realms, higher dimensions, or learn more about yourself, or cleanse your energy, lighten your energy, purge your energy in any way, apophyllite is a good go-to. It's just very pure. Yeah, so it feels good. I'm feeling the effects of it in my heart space. So I feel those of you tuning in, you could benefit from working with crystals if you feel called to do so. If you don't, you don't have to. But if you are being guided to learn about crystals, go to a crystal shop, pick up some apophyllite, then make sure you listen to the guidance that your soul and your higher self is giving you, because it's for a very specific reason. It's something around your heart chakra here. Specifically your upper heart, which is pink. And the upper heart chakra is all about compassion, love, unconditional love for self and for others. It's about forgiveness and letting go of the pain that may be stored in there and opening up to love again, okay? Love in all areas, not just romantic love, right? Self-love. Yeah, I know. Okay. I wish I had a little stand. I could put it right here. I'm just gonna have to place it out of view, but I'm gonna keep it close by. Okay, very high vibrational crystal. And I like to plunk this little baby right in my lap when I'm meditating. It's a whole different experience altogether. Okay. Just thought I'd share that with you. Feast your eyes on this world. Feast your eyes on my apophyllite. So silly. Okay, I'm gonna pull from Healing with the Angels Oracle cards because I am feeling the angels coming through in this reading very strongly. Let's see what they wish to communicate with the collective at this time. Ooh, I'm feeling a lot of energy in my sacral chakra, which is the orange chakra, the second chakra, and that is linked to our feelings, emotions, desires, passions, creativity. So I feel like your creativity is about to explode and you're about to step into some sort of role that you're really gonna love, that like lights your soul on fire. We have intention coming out. So now is a great time to get very clear on what you want and where you're headed. Ooh, did you hear that double honk? Honk, honk. That is confirmation. Get very clear. Take a minute today, just 5 minutes. Sit down, take a deep breath, relax. Make sure you have some quiet time to yourself. And just take a minute and ask yourself, am I on the right track? Where do I see myself short term and long term? Where do I see myself in the next 3 months? Maybe set a short-term goal for yourself. And where do I see myself, a year down the line, 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line? And just have some goals, have something to strive towards, okay? Because maybe for some of you, you've been going about your daily routine, but you're not really living intentionally, okay? So you can live more intentionally by being more present, more in the moment, and being more mindful about everything that you do on a daily basis, including the things that you say, the words that you choose, how you express yourself, how you communicate to others, how you interact with others, including your kids, your friends, your family members, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, your coworkers, whoever it is for you. You can be more mindful in terms of the food that you eat, or the amount of water that you drink, or the thoughts that you have, okay? Become very aware of the thoughts that you have so that you can identify any repetitive thoughts or any thoughts that are just kind of just there and you're not even aware that they're there. You know what I mean? It's almost like subconscious. You have a lot of subconscious thoughts that are coming up throughout the day that are ruling your day, or you make decisions based off of some sort of subconscious thought that you're not even aware of. Okay, so become very mindful of the words you speak, the thoughts you have, the interactions, your relationships, the food that you're ingesting, and make sure that it's for your greatest and highest good. And be mindful of how you're treating yourself and how you're speaking to yourself. Make sure that you are speaking words that are very kind, caring, and compassionate. Don't beat yourself up. Don't belittle yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be cruel. Okay? Don't be cruel, you guys, because for some of you, there's some negative self-talk here that Spirit wants you to stop and replace it with positive self-talk. And just really set your sights high, you guys. Like, dream big, set your sights high, and take a moment today to really ask yourself, am I on the right path? Am I headed in the right direction? Am I happy? And if not, what do I need to do? What changes do I need to make so that I can live a more full, happy, peaceful life? Do I need to change my friendships? Do I need to change my wardrobe? Do I need to change my thoughts? Do I need to change the way I speak to myself? Do I need to change the way I view myself? Do I need to change the way I feel about money or view money? Am I hoarding money, or am I operating from a space of money is an energy? If I give, I will receive, right? If I hoard, then it blocks the flow. So, of course, you guys, you have to be careful not to take it too far. It's like learning how to balance, right? It's like learning to spend money wisely on things that are going to give back to you, okay? Things that are going to lift you up, energize you. So investing in school is a great investment. Investing in healthy food, great investment. Investing in a workshop, a self-development seminar, great investment. Investing in counseling or therapy, great investment. Investing in a few special pieces for your wardrobe that make you feel good and confident when you wear them, great investment. But on the other hand, we don't want to go out and splurge and buy all of these clothes and all of these expensive shoes that we just don't need, so we want to find that balance, strike that balance. Those are just examples, you guys. Just insert what makes sense to you in the blanks. But sometimes we can get so caught up in our day-to-day routine and taking care of others and taking care of our kids and our friends and working hard and shopping and chores and this and that and the other, that we forget to stop and check in on ourselves. We forget to stop and check in with our heart, with our soul, and ask ourselves, are we happy? Do we need to make adjustments? Do we need to make changes? Am I settling? Should I reach for more? Where am I going? Where am I headed? Because if I know where I'm going and where I'm headed, then I can take active steps today to achieve those goals. But if I don't have goals, then I'm kind of living without a goal, right? And then you're kind of living without, I don't want to say without purpose, but that word is coming to mind. It's kind of like you're living without direction. Thank you. That's the right word, direction. Okay. So, but don't get me wrong, Spirit's not saying that you always have to be achieving and striving for something. It's not like that, because we don't always have to be achieving or striving to do more or be better, but it's always good to check in and just make sure we're on track. Okay, because sometimes just being present and being ourselves and being happy and extending our lighthearted energy and our love to others is enough. But then there's other times where we do need to take active steps towards achieving a goal or moving towards our life's purpose or expanding our world in some way. Be that going back to school or reading a new book or developing our skills more or diving deeper into inner discovery, whatever it is, right? So there's something about your daily routine here that could be tweaked so that it allows you more time for you, so that you have a little bit of time to meditate, work on yourself, tap into your heart space. Make time for the heart. Make time for the whispers of your heart to be heard. And so you've got to quiet the mind, and you've got to quiet your environment, and then you've got to tune in. So make sure you guys are tuning in, okay? That's the main message. Tune into the heart, baby. Some of you are so run down and you're taking care of everyone except yourself. Remember, you come first, and know that is not selfish, because if you are sick, under the weather, run down, exhausted, fatigued, depressed, overworked, underpaid, that's not good for you. Okay, that's not good for you at all. If you have a million people pulling at you all the time, expecting things, wanting things from you, make sure you encourage autonomy and independence in other people. Like, hey, I'm here for you, but also I know you're very capable of figuring that out on your own. Or I know you're fully capable of packing your own lunch. Okay, you're 10 now. It's time you start pitching in, okay? So encourage, for example, if you have kids, encourage them to start pitching in and helping you out. Maybe making their own lunches, or tidying their room, or doing a load of laundry, or whatever it is that you feel they would be capable of doing and that would be safe for them to do, because every child is different, you know, and that's totally up to you to decide as a parent. But that's just an example, you know. And for some of you, you have someone in your life who kind of takes advantage of your kindness. And what I'm seeing is that this person just sort of sits down a lot, and then you do everything and they do nothing. And they kind of add to the mess, or they add to your workload, and they don't pitch in and they don't help. They don't ease your workload. And on top of it, you don't really enjoy this person's company. And this may be triggering for some people, but you'll know if this message is for you. It's not going to be for all of you. But for some of you, you're with someone, and I do feel this is a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a spouse, and they're kind of a couch potato, and they expect you to cook and clean and do all the errands and take care of the kids, and they don't pitch in. They just sit there with their beer and they watch the sports, for example, and their feet smell. I'm seeing stinky, dirty socks, and they reek. And you look at this person and you're like, ugh, you're disgusting. I don't even like you. And you're a slob. And I have to do everything, and you do nothing. And why am I with you again? Okay, so some of you are going to be looking at your very close, intimate relationships, and I see some of you choosing to break away from a soul contract because it's just, well, Life is for not settling. And I feel you're going to discover that you've been settling and you've tried with this person. You've asked them multiple times to help out, to pitch in, to wash their feet, to wash their socks, to spray the Lysol spray in their boots, but they won't do it. They won't do it. Sorry to laugh. Sorry to laugh. Yes. And you've just had enough. And at this point, it just feels like you have, instead of a husband or a wife, you just have an extra child. That's not a partnership. That's not equal. That's not fair. That's not right. That's not balanced. I mean, it's up to you. It's your life. But I feel that you feel that you're done. You're fed up with that and you want more. And your idea of a partner has been shifting, and what you want in a partner has been shifting. And many of you are coming into the realization that you did settle and that this person's not changing and that you have outgrown this person. And I hear a lot of you saying, I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone and single than with this person. Because honestly, I'm just not enjoying them. I'm not attracted to them. The love is gone. They just irritate me all day, every day, and they make my life difficult, more difficult than it needs to be, and they're quite negative. I see this person kind of ignoring you. Like there's no emotional bond, there's no emotional intimacy, there's no respect, there's no effort. This person puts in zero effort. Zero, and you're not okay with it. So I see your relationship shifting, and look, we have romance on the bottom. Yes, see, this is what you want. This is what you want. Look at these two. She's just melting into this guy. She's like, oh my God, yes. You haven't felt this way in years, if ever. And I feel you're realizing that life is short and life is for living. Life is for feeling happy and fulfilled and overjoyed. Life is for feeling passionate. You should be attracted to your partner. You should, right? Romance is important to you, and that's what you want, and that's what's been lacking for a long time. And you've been putting up with it for too long, is what I hear you say. And now you're ready to shift. Okay, you want partnership with somebody else. But first, I feel like you're going to be okay with being single and doing some healing before you enter another relationship. All right, but I'm really getting that for you. Like, you want romance. You may have had a parent plant really bad seeds into your mind. You know, like romance doesn't exist. Love doesn't exist. You know, you may have had parents that were together and it was very business-like, very contractual. You know, they were just together to pay the bills and to make it through life. But they fought a lot and they didn't get along. They didn't laugh. They didn't enjoy each other's company. And you grew up in that environment. And then you thought that was like a normal, that's how parents are, or that's how relationships are. But recently, your consciousness has expanded and you've come into some sort of awareness or understanding that no, in fact, that's a toxic way to live. And that you don't want to live that way. You don't want to repeat what your parents were doing. You don't want to continue that pattern. Especially for those of you who have kids, you're realizing that that is not setting a good example for your kids, because you don't want your kids to settle for something like that. Heck no. Heck no. You want them to be in love. That's important. And you understand that relationships come and go and that you are free. You're free to choose and choose again. Ding! Guardian angel. So some of you may be going through a very difficult time right now when it comes to your relationships, and maybe you're afraid of letting go, but your guardian angel wants you to know that you're safe, you're protected, and everything's gonna be okay. Okay, you're very, very loved and supported. You might be struggling with guilt, and they're saying, let that go. Let that go. You shouldn't feel guilty when it comes to your truth. Your truth is your truth. And don't feel guilty about your truth, about feeling the way you feel. Because it's the the opinions and the judgments of other people that you may fear. It's not your truth that you fear. It's like the backlash that you're fearing from other people. Oh, what will other people think? Or, oh, what will other people say? Who cares? What matters is that you're struggling right now. You're in pain in this current relationship and you want out, and you need to stand strong in your truth. Okay? Because when you do that, you are fortifying your soul when you stand in your truth, and you will align with what is truly meant for you, and you will experience peace and prosperity and abundance. But when you don't do that, when you live a lie, or you deny yourself your truth, or you don't speak your truth or live your truth, that's when things go wrong. Okay, that's when you experience conflict, chaos, battling with others, fighting with yourself, feeling dis-ease all the time, dis-ease of the soul. Sometimes we can be in a state of so much dis-ease and conflict and unhappiness and sadness that it manifests outside of our body in the forms of like physical ailments, okay, like arthritis or chronic pain or aches, or, you know, constantly getting sick with a cold or a flu because your immune system is weak. Why it is weak is because there's dis-ease energetically in your body, you guys. That's why. If we can achieve a specific state of vibration, disease doesn't happen in the body. Cancer cured, arthritis cured, but we've got to ascend high enough to that vibration. That's what I believe anyways. Is it a scientific fact? No, it's not. That's an Amanda fact for you. There you go. So body care is on the bottom, and this is it. It's like Spirit wants you to start putting yourself first and taking care of your needs and looking after your health. Be mindful of what you're eating, because for some of you, what I'm seeing is that you're in a relationship or a situation or a job, take it how it resonates, that sort of makes you feel icky. You don't like it, you're sad, you're depressed, or you're unhappy. And so because you're unhappy, you reach for the cookies or the chips or the processed foods, and then you eat that in an attempt to sort of feel better, but you don't feel better. Instead, you gain weight, you feel icky, you feel sick to your stomach, then you're sluggish, you have the sugar crash, and then you need to take a nap, and then you don't end up going out for that workout, and then you feel guilty about not going out for that workout, and then it's just like a vicious cycle. Okay, so what we put into our bodies really, really matters, you guys. Everything holds a vibration, and vibration and frequency is everything. It really is. So if we are ingesting high frequency foods like spinach and strawberries and stuff like that, then that's actually going to be food with prana and life force and nutrients in it. That's going to feed our body and our souls and help us raise our vibration, because those are very high vibrational foods. But if we eat processed foods, which are very low in vibration and zero nutrients, we are going to lower our vibration and we're going to get sick or feel ill. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind, and that's part of living intentionally. That's part of living and existing with intention, clear intentions around how can I take care of my body, my heart, my mind, my soul, and my spirit. How can I take care of the whole, including your spirit? That's one thing that people forget to take care of, is their spirit. And the spirit is everything, because when your spirit is happy, healthy, and whole and taken care of and nourished, everything else falls into place. And I'm telling you, for a lot of you tuning in, I know that you have like chronic illness or chronic pain, or you're feeling sluggish, or perhaps you're overweight and you're unhappy with being overweight because it doesn't feel good, and you're struggling to move your body, and you want to get that extra weight off, and you will. It'll fall off naturally when you take care of the things in your life that you need to take care of. For example, a lot of people will experience rapid weight loss when they exit a toxic relationship. A lot of people lose weight when they leave someone who's not good for them, or they will lose weight when they leave a job that was very stressful, or a relationship that was very stressful, or an environment that was very stressful and unhealthy, and then the weight just falls off, you guys. Why? It's because you're happier and you're not reaching for the processed foods and you're making healthier choices. I feel Spirit wants you to like just love yourself. Like everything that you do, let it be for you. So when you're eating those healthy foods, be like, by me eating this healthy meal, it's a way of me showing me that I love me. And I show myself that I love myself by choosing healthy foods to eat for my body. And when I do, I imagine all the nutrients going in and filling my body with so much energy. And then I have energy to go out for that walk into the forest, breathe in fresh air. And then that lifts my soul and my spirit. And then I feel better. And then I make healthier choices. And then I show up in the world as the best me. And then my children get the best out of me. And my other people in my life get the best out of me too. And then I align myself with other positive opportunities because I'm loving all up on myself. I'm feeling good. I'm energized. I'm confident. I'm smiling. And I'm attracting all of these beautiful opportunities and relationships to myself. And I don't even have to try. Okay, you guys? So tune into your body. What do you need? Okay, because I feel like you've got a whole lot of people pulling on you and you need to whoosh, create boundaries, take time for you. For those of you who are with someone, Spirit's showing me that for a group of you, this person gets irritated when you take time to take care of yourself. And Spirit wants you to stand up for yourself and make sure that you get what you need despite what other people may say about it. Spirit's like, I don't care if that person is grumbling about you going off to the spa. If that's what you need to do, you do it. Okay, because you might have someone in your midst who's a little bit controlling and they don't like it when you take time off or you go away for a weekend without them, or you treat yourself to something because they're very, I don't know, you guys, it's just coming through. They might be jealous. They might be competing with you. They might be a bit of a miser. They don't want to spend money. But the thing is that you need to do what's right for you. You have to take care of yourself. And this person shouldn't have a say when it comes to what it is that you need. And make sure you stand up to this person. All right. So where are we at? 27 minutes. Maybe I'll just get ideas and inspirations. Ooh, okay. You guys are going to get all of these ideas and inspirations coming in. That's really going to help propel you forward in life. I do see a new body coming in for you. And no, you're not going to pay for this new body like the stars do, which is just ridiculous, you guys. Oh my gosh, the things people do to their bodies, the way they mutilate their bodies, the way that they try to take shortcuts and get like liposuction and stuff like that. It's no. Because you can take the shortcut, but you haven't learned any healthy habits to sustain that. So a lot of people will do that and then they go back to their old habits and then they end up gaining the weight back or whatever it is. So it just doesn't make any sense. And also it's very dangerous to do that. And it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. We've got to treat the core issue. Anyways, I'm not a doctor. I don't know why I'm going off on this tangent. I don't know. But hang on. I'm going to get this one here. I feel, you guys, like your angels are trying to communicate to you. And that's why the apophyllite was coming through, or Spirit was saying that they wanted me to share the apophyllite with you because maybe some of you could benefit by picking some up. You don't have to get a huge chunk like mine. You can just buy like an apophyllite tip. They're fairly inexpensive. Okay, but this may help you actually raise your vibration, which is everything. Yeah. For some of you, it's like you have someone in your life who is hoarding money, or they pinch their pennies, or they don't like to spend money. But for others of you, it's you don't like to spend your money. You're a bit of a miser, and it's like your shoes could have holes in them and the sole could be ripped away and your feet could be getting soaked, but you're like, I'm not buying a new pair of shoes. Spirit's like, please buy yourself a new pair of shoes. You kind of need that, or whatever it is. So it's like, don't be afraid to, sorry about the loud noise, you guys. There's an impact drill next door. Ooh. Don't be afraid to buy the things that you actually need. And don't be afraid to invest in things that are going to uplift you and give back to you, okay? Because some of you are like pushing away beautiful life experiences, all right? Because you're like, no, I don't want to spend that money, but you can spend it. It's just you're not allowing yourself to like have that treat or that experience. And it's important to enjoy life every now and again. You know what I mean? It's important to splurge a little bit every now and again. You know what I mean? Like life is for living. Life is for living, but striking that balance. So we're not splurging every day, all day and going into debt. No, you've got to learn how to work with energy. You need to learn how to work with money, because money is an energy, you guys, and you can look more into that. And I'm not a financial advisor either. So, you know, if you're curious, if that's resonating with you, you can look into the energetics behind money. And also some of you need to change your mindset around money. Some of you, and I'm just going to say, you have a poverty mindset, and it's just because of the way you were raised and how you saw your parents grow up, and you live paycheck to paycheck, and you feel like you need two people in order to survive when you actually don't. There's some sort of work karmic pattern that you might be engaged in where you go for very low paying jobs or jobs that are beneath you because you don't believe that you're worth more, but it like comes from a past life. Okay, it comes from a past life, and also in this lifetime because of how your parents were. And they were very much like, oh, you just work so hard every day for low pay, and then hopefully you can pay your mortgage off, and then that's that. And you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to believe that, right? And your parents experienced that because that's what they believed. But if you don't believe that, if you expect more out of life and the universe, then that's what you'll get. But if you believe, oh, I'm poor and I'll always be poor, or I need to be with someone to pay the bills, then that's what you'll manifest. That's the reality that you will create for yourself. But if you believe that you can make it on your own 2 feet, you can succeed without someone else, that you can be the boss, the bitch, the boss, whoop-cha, by yourself, then that's what you will manifest. That's who you will become. So Spirit just wants you to get very clear, okay, on what you really want, and don't place limitations on yourself, and really look at how you were raised and make sure you're not repeating patterns from your childhood, okay? 4 of Pentacles, the miser, hoarding money, not spending money. See? You can't make this stuff up. Spirit wants you to open up and allow the flow of money to start happening. I feel it would be very beneficial for you to learn about the energetics behind money and how our thoughts around money really do matter. I feel that you're worried about spending money, but if you hold on to money and you don't spend any of it, you're not going to notice money coming in either. There has to be a flow, right? You're going to notice it's an exchange. Money is an exchange of energies here, you guys. So spending money on things that will help you improve or grow is not a waste of money. In fact, it's going to help you expand and earn more money. Okay, so it's just important for you to get clear on the things that you should be, you know, investing in for yourself, and open up and treat yourself. Okay, I really feel like that's important. Oof, that drill is so annoying. Okay, one more card. Actually, I'm going to leave it here, you guys. I'm going to leave it here. That was the message. I do hope you found this helpful in some way. Thank you for being here, and I hope I'll see you in the next one where we can reconnect again and we can hang out. We'll see you then. Okay, bye.